console wars is back for the very last time. This is the final round, and only one console will come out on top. The battle has been long and unexpectedly even. In the previous round we took a look into the future, and in the finale we're going to be looking at the top 3 failures of both consoles. We're going to be focusing on the weakest links in a long chain of features. So get ready for some heavyweight game console action. It's LP from Techno Buffalo welcoming you to the 12th and final installment of the Console Wars. So in the last round, I looked into the future and made a lot of predictions about what's to come. And before we get into the conclusion, let's update some points that have come to light after this year's Electronic Entertainment Expo. In the previous round, I kinda went out on the limb and guessed around a bit about the future features. And I will go to admit that some of my predictions were intentionally a bit controversial. And going through the thousands of comments here at Techno Buffalo and YouTube, I was kinda surprised to notice that the battle between motion controllers got a really strong response and kind of ignited a flame war. The PlayStation Move and the newly named Kinect for Xbox were also the talk at E3. Both Microsoft and Sony had a lot to show about their new motion controllers, and the whole expo was full of different peripherals for motion-controlled games. As a core gamer, in all honesty, motion-controlled games aren't too high on my list. For me personally, gaming is a relaxing experience. After work, I want to come home, sit back and relax, and enjoy a game. Now, does this look like relaxing? Every single game Microsoft had to show for Kinect was people jumping around like idiots. And the gaming equals relaxing point is pretty much why I've had to revert my view about the Kinect. From what I learned from E3, you cannot play the Xbox 360 Kinect while sitting down. Apparently the sensor has trouble distinguishing from interlapping joints, knees, hips, and elbows while seated. But the biggest fail that really turned my view about the Kinect was the utter and total lack of core games. Not a single game for the Xbox 360's current audience base. I'm sure there was a Star Wars demo, but it was hardly playable. It was pre-rendered, and the actor showcasing the game was actually ahead of the movements for parts of the game. The Kinect sports game was kinda cool, but running in your place and jumping over hurdles was something I was doing back in the Nintendo 8-bit days. And do not get me going about the Kinectimals game. Overall, I was hardly impressed by the content. As a core gamer, I expected more, especially from a console that has branded itself as a hardcore gaming platform. And the $150 price tag of the Kinect won't help at all. As for the PlayStation Move, the device pretty much did what I expected it to do. What Sony showed at E3 emphasized that the device is basically a Wii HD. While Sony has taken the safe route, seeing the Move in action at E3 already implemented into games like Heavy Rain is enough proof of concept for me. And yes, you can use the Move controller while sitting down. So basically I jumped ship over E3 about the motion controllers, but from the perspective of a core gamer, how could I not? Microsoft failed to show anything that the Kinect can offer to the hardcore. But the most surprising thing about E3 was that while Microsoft and Sony were duking it out for the casual audience, Nintendo was sneaking in with an amazing lineup for the hardcore. That almost made me regret not including the Wii into the console wars. But thankfully, both Microsoft and Sony had an impressive lineup of exclusive and multi-platform games planned for the future. So even though the recent push for the casual audience, surely neither company is abandoning its core audience. Sony had a fairly big surprise for the core audience when Gabe Newell stepped on stage to announce Portal 2. It's great to see Valve finally admitting it was wrong and starting to make games for the PS3.
It's been a long time.
Another topic that needs updating from the previous round is the PSN Premium service, which has now been officially announced and named the PSN Plus. Unfortunately, like I predicted, the most